All right, this is part A, number 7 through 12. For number 7, it talks about, it wants to find the surface area. All right. Now, the surface area, I asked you guys a certain questions like what to look for here. What is the question you want to ask yourself? How many sides? How many sides does this picture have? All right, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's what we have. Now, this right here is interesting because you know what? All of them are actually what? 9, 9, and 9. So if we do the front, I'll put F for front. If we do this part right here, this is 9 times what?
9.
9 times 9. If we do the back is the same thing as the front, correct? Which is also 9 times 9. If we do the sides, the left side is also going to be what?
9 times 9.
9 times 9. The right side is what?
9 times 9.
9 times 9. The bottom
9 times 9.
and the top.
9 times 9.
In other words, what's one quicker way of getting this?
By doing 81 times 6.
There you go. Or you could do 9 times 9, which that's what it is, and we have 6 of them. So we multiply that by 6, which is, that's what she said, 81 times 6.
486.
Your answer is 486 centimeters squared.
It's squared because you're only doing surface area, right?
Yeah, because area is always the length times the width. So now let's take a look at the next one. And the next one is what we talked about earlier in the first recording. All right? So this time, this part right here, guys,
It's on the side.
what side is this called?
The hypotenuse.
The lateral side. So this is
Surface area.
9 feet. There you go. It talks about the surface area. Again, surface area, we're looking for how many sides. How many sides does picture have?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is equal to. So when we have this here, we have 5 sides. Well, the base is the easiest one to calculate, right? How do we find the area of that base?
17 times 17.
So we have 17 times 17. So now these 4 are what? What shape?
A triangle.
What's the formula for area of a triangle?
Base times height divided by 2.
All right, base times height divided by 2. So if it's base, what's the base here? Times the height. So it's 17 times 9 divided by 2.
And then you do that for all of them.
So this is going to be 76.5, 76.5, 76.5. So we're going to do 76.5 times what? 4. This right here gives me 306. What's 17 times 17? Nope. No.
Oh,
289. What's 289 plus 306? 595 square feet. 595 square feet. Let's look at number 9. Number 9, we have, it's kind of weird.
The base is a triangle. And every single way is a triangle. It's probably because of the way it's drawn.
So we have 8, 10, and we have this one to be
That was a cute drawing.
there she.
What number is that?
This is number 9. Alright, so this is number 9. Guys, we're going to treat this the same way as we treat a rectangular prism. Alright, so we're actually finding this stuff. We're finding the volume here. Alright, so if we were to treat this like a rectangular prism, will we get the following? 10 meters times 20 meters times the 8 meters, correct? But that's what we do at the end. Since this would have continued like this, you guys see that? And we would have continued the face with the second part, then at the end we should take that and divide it by 2. Yes. Do you see the base right here? There's only half of the base. So once we get to this part right here, as long as everything in math continues on. Everything in math continues on. But if we continue with the basic, we'll get it. So here we could do this actually in our head. What's 8 divided by 2? 4. 4 times 20. 80 times 10.
Miss Wright needs to know.
Any questions?
No, sir. So we did. Can't you do 10 times 10 times 8? Just 10 times 10 times 8.
Yeah, you can do that. It still gives you the same result. So guys, this is important because when you put it in the computer, you don't want to put the meters cubed. Just put 800.
What happens if you put the meters cubed? You get it wrong?
How do you even type it?
You do M, and then you look up how to do that, and then do it.
This one is acting cray-cray. So let's look at number 10.
Wait, for number 9, what did you get? 800? It's not, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let me see number 9.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember.
Oh, yeah. Divided by 3.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Why? Is it what?
Because it's a triangular pyramid. I didn't see the word pyramid, guys. I'm sorry.
So for triangular pyramid,
So wait, Mr. Weekend,
So,
everything that's a pyramid is divided by 3.
yeah. So that's why it's 266.67. So when we run, okay, so whenever you see the word pyramid, remember the pyramid should have a base, right? The base, we're still finding the same thing as the regular pyramid, which is length times width times height divided by 3. But in this case, the base of the pyramid is cut in half. So after you divide it by 3, you got to divide it by 2. Okay? So remember here we divided by, it was actually supposed to be like this. This is how you find the volume of the pyramid, right? So 10 times 20 times 8 divided by 3. And then this is the volume of the pyramid, but the pyramid is cut in half for the base. And at the end, we take that and divide it by 2.
But it's still 800?
No, because this is no longer 800 when you do this here. So when you multiply 10 times 20 times 8, and you divide that by 3, it gives you, let me erase this real quick, 533.3 in the bar. And then you divide that by 2, and it gives you 266.
Wait, why do you divide it by 2?
I just said it. So this is your final answer. All right, let me explain to you.
Oh, I get it. Why you
So again, let's take a look at this pyramid I'm doing real quick, guys. Ready? This is the pyramid here, and let's take a look at this pyramid here now. This pyramid, the point is here. All right. Do you guys see that? All right. So now, let's take a look at this one here. But in this case, yes. So instead, it could have gone like this, guys. You see it?
Yes.
So in this pyramid here, when you guys take a look at this pyramid is actually a full pyramid, which is length times width times height divided by 3. We're still dealing with a pyramid here. We're dealing with the same thing. This is going to be length times width times height divided by 3. But since it's half a pyramid, we're going to take this and divide it by 2 at the end.
Coach, can I use 4 laptops?
All right, that's the reason why. It's the picture's kind of weird. But all you have to do is focus on the wording. What does the wording say? Pyramid, right? That's it. The next question, guys, here we go.
I noticed that. Thank you.
Thank you. Number 10. It says, what is the best approximation in square feet for the area? So look, guys, we're looking for area. And it also says the key word, semicircle.
Semi. Don't you like...
What does semi mean?
Half.
Half a circle. So guys, if we take this, we draw this, all right, and it says the diameter is 12.5. Remember that the diameter goes through the center of the circle. The diameter is 12.5, and use pi 3.14 for pi. Well, if we think about the area of the circle is what? Pi r squared. If we're looking for half the circle, what should we do? Divided by 2. So our formula is going to be 3.14. What's going to be my radius?
12.5.
What is it? This is the diameter.
Oh, 6 point something.
What's 12.5 divided by 2?
6.25.
6.25 squared divided by 2. So according to this, what should we do first?
Multiply.
Exponent first.
Oh, yeah.
So 6.25 squared gives me 39.0625.
Wait, wouldn't it still be 12.5, so it should just bring it back?
No, because this is not multiplication. It's 6.25
Oh,
times
yeah,
6.25. So this is 3.14 times 39.0625. Divide that by 2. So we can multiply this times this, and last but not least, divided by 2. It is 63.3281 1.25, and it says, what's the best approximation? So it'll be roughly what? 63.
63.3.
It doesn't say round though. Enter the appropriate value to answer the question to solve the problem.
Then we can just put 64.
63. No, if we round it, it should be probably around 63.
No, it has to be.
Let's just look it up.
It's 61.3.
No.
This test is going to be a little too hard for us.
No, you guys are doing good.
Yeah. Look, if I round wrong, look at this one. I'm going again. You see? But how? You can't do that.
62.3.
That's no. So if I put it like that, something like that happens, I should get the credit. You know?
I got good aim.
It is 61.3. You guys were giving me wrong answers.
I already gave that answer.
61.328125. So the answer is 61.3.
That was one of them.
All right, number 11.
Number 11.
So guys,
These are my favorite.
So ha ha ha.
Well, the radius is, what's that thing is about?
36.
Wait, Mr. Christian, we can't see it.
I'm getting it. Give me a second.
36.
All right. So the question says, find the area. So if we find the area, what is this called? What's the appropriate name? What's the correct name? There you go. This is called composite figures. So if we have composite figures, what should we do towards the end? Add them up. We have to add this piece right here. So this is what we have. This right here plus this right here. That's better. All right, so guys, how do we find the area of the semicircle?
It's D. It's the diameter towards pi.
Oh, it's pi d squared.
Pi.
D squared divided
No, not D.
by d, the diameter.
R squared divided by 2.
Why r? Oh.
That's the formula for area.
Yeah. Oh, we're coming.
And this one's what?
I'm so smart.
All right, so here, what is 36 divided by 2?
Divided by 2.
36 divided by 2. 18. 18 squared over 2. Plus, and then this will be what? 36 centimeters times 18 centimeters. So we can work this out first. 18 squared is 324 times 3.14 divided by 2. This will give me 508.68 plus 600 what? Okay, when we combine them, (1,156.68 square centimeters). Now, most likely it tells you to round to the tens place, so it's 1156.7 centimeters square. So the centimeter squares we do not write, and it says round to the nearest tenth if necessary.
If you write this STM, you would mark it wrong.
So do not write cm squared, but mark it wrong. All right, last but not least, the last question. Number 12. All right, for number 12, we have this here, guys.
Go slow. Didn't we already do this shit? We already did this shit. You thought you said it. Oh, I didn't hear
So, guys, this is what we have. Yes. Now, guys, this is important because it talks about surface area. Now, again, we have two shapes, correct? One of the shapes is what? 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other one also has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, if we take a look at the bigger shape here, this is actually says, this is 3 feet. This right here says 2 feet. And this is 8 feet. So we could calculate this here with the big one, which is what? 3. Let me get this right here. This is 1 feet. And this is 6 feet here. Alright. So this is what we have. The first one, 3 times 2. And we have 2 of them, right? 3 times 2. Then we have 8 times what? 8 times 2. And again we have 8 times 2. And then the last one we have what? 8 times what? 3. 8 times 3. Guys, shh. So the next one here, we're going to do the same way. Remember that we have these dimensions, but one of them is 8 feet over here. So we'll have 1 times 6. 1 times 6. 8 times 1. 8 times 1. 6 times 8. And 6 times 8. So guys, before we add them up, alright, I want you guys to look closely that this inside here overlaps. I need to find the area of that part there.
It's 8 times.
It's 8 times something. There you go. So I want you guys to note the one that overlaps is 8 times 1. So,
But how 1?
huh?
How many minutes 1?
So now, from here, guys, remember there's many ways of doing this. I could subtract at the end, or I could cancel out. I could cancel this one out here
Because it overlaps.
because it overlaps.
Oh, yeah.
You understand?
Cancel what?
Or,
Don't let's cross out.
Jen, you could go ahead and add them up, and at the end, subtract it twice.
Subtract 8.
So it overlaps here, but remember, it also not only does it overlap going in this direction, it overlaps and going in this direction. So I need to subtract it twice, so I could get rid of this one too. No, it only overlaps in this section here. So now we can go ahead and multiply. This would be what? 6 plus 6 plus 16 plus 16 plus 24 plus 24. This is 24. This would be 30, 60, 70, 80, 90, 92. I lose you there? Let me show you again.
Please, do it again.
I did 24 plus 6 is what? 30, right? 24 plus 6 is 30. Well, another 24 plus 6 is another 30. What's 30 plus 30? 60. This is a 10. 70, 80, and then we have 12, 90, and 92. So this would be 6 plus 6 plus 6 times 8 is 48 plus 48. Well, 48 plus 48 is what? 96. 96 plus 6. 102 plus 6.
Wait, after that, you don't subtract because you didn't count that.
I don't have to subtract, so I took them off. But remember, guys, this is the part that's important. Jen, listen up, ready? If you decide to do something here, you have to keep in mind, you have to take away 2 numbers because they both overlap. Let's think about this. I gave the example of my last class. So let's say you guys are doing gift wrapping, right? And when you guys are doing gift wrapping, let's pretend there's a shoebox. Well, let's say that year you got 2 shoes for Christmas. So you have 1 shoe, but your mom doesn't want to wrap individually. She stacks the other one on top. So you have 1 box and you have the other box on top. Well, this part here doesn't need wrapping paper, and the bottom part of the shoe doesn't need wrapping paper. You just need wrapping paper here and on the side and the top and the bottom, but this part does not. So in the long run, you save more on wrapping paper by stacking them up on top of each other. It'll feel like less presents, but you get the point. So here, if it's overlapping, you got to make sure that once you get to this part here, if you decide to do it here, there has to be 2 numbers that you're not going to add them up, and that's why I put the axis here. That way it gives me an indication of like, these 2 are not adding up, these are the parts that are overlapping, we're good to go. So your final result here is going to be, what's 108 plus 92?
19127.
200.
I thought it was gonna be like 192.